What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review, and today we'll be looking at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man retro card Sandman. And I'm very excited to review this figure for you guys, because I've been waiting for this version of Sandman for forever, man. I've been wanting this specific version of Sandman, ever since I've been collecting. The last Sandman we got was a pretty good figure. It was the 2016, late 2016, early 2017 Sandman Build-A-Figure, but I always thought it was way too big. I mean, it is a nice Sandman for when he's all fully powered up and, really angry and just big, but I always wanted just a regular size Sandman, in his human form. And we finally got it, man. So I'm very excited to have this figure here. I did get this figure off of Dorkside. So, if you're looking to buy this figure, I believe he's in stock in Dorkside, but don't get me wrong. I did pre-order this maybe 4 or 5 months ago when this was first announced. And yeah, man, enough of me rambling on. We'll get a closer look here at the packaging, and we'll get a closer look at the figure himself. So my dumbass did open this package before I even started recording the packaging segment. So it is open. Yeah, I just got excited and got ahead of myself. But it is your standard Marvel Legends Spider-Man retro card packaging. You get Spider-Man logo up here from the animated series, Marvel Comics. If you're falling under, you can't play with it. And then the accessories that it comes with, Sand Mace. As you can see that it does come with the Sand Mace over here. A very nice image of Sandman from the comics or the animated series. On the back, you get the little gimmick panel right here where it shows you can, do the interchangeable head and then interchangeable arms. And then the same image from the front, just enlarged, Marvel Sandman. A read-up of Sandman over here, so you want to pause that and read that now. You can do so. A whole bunch of other bullshit down here, but you do get the barcode right there, so you want to pause that and get that as well. You can do so. Don't need any of these pieces. Pretty sure that's what it says. Not gonna read it. But enough about this packaging that I already opened. Let's get a closer look at the figure himself. Now getting a quick look at all the accessories that Sandman does come with. He comes with a pair of fists, and then he also does come with his sand effects. And the way you put these on the figure, it's pretty simple, man. They're a little sleeve thing right here, as you can see, like a little sand sleeve or whatever. And then they do go a certain way on the arm, like this one inside. I don't know how well you can see it. It says it has an R for the right arm. You just slide that on as so until you get a very snug fit, and then you port the mace in that hand, and boom, there you have Sandman with a mace on his right arm. And then the left hand comes with a fist, very similar to the one that we saw with the Build-A-Figure, with the mace as well. As you can see, very similar, man. Just obviously smaller and in scale for this body mode. And then for the mace, sorry, I have a whole bunch of stuff over here. Again, very similar. Obviously, this one's just a lot smaller, and it does have different size spikes. And here he is with both of the effects on his arms. And yeah, man, they look pretty nice. The only thing that I'm not a big fan of is that the mace and the hand don't have a hinge. It's just a peg, and they're very thin. So I'm very scared that it might break. And once you break that, yeah, I mean, pretty much can't do nothing about it. But yeah, I don't like that they made it so thin. Besides this angry gritting teeth head sculpt, he does come with this alternate head sculpt where he got f***ed up, man. As you can see that, yeah, he has a big hole right there on the side of his head. Also, very similar to the Build-A-Figure head, where you can see that, it was punched here, just on the opposite side. But this one, instead of just having a dent in his head, he has a giant hole. And this hole is specific for having Spider-Man's arm punch right through his head, man, which is pretty dope. I love when Hasbro gives us unique things like this, man, that just kind of sets the figure apart from, the rest of the figures in your collection. But it's very simple to do it. Obviously, you pop off Spider-Man's hand. You slide his forearm through that head hole, right, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it actually fits very nicely. I think it was, specifically molded to have Spider-Man's arm through it. And you pop the hand back on, and boom, there you have, Spider-Man up Sandman. Now, my only complaint about these two head sculpts is that I wish the expressions were switched around. As when you're getting punched through the head, man, you're not gonna be, calm and relaxed. And for this one that is, just a normal neutral head, he is gritting, he is, angry. And I feel like this expression is more fitting for this, man. So I wish the expressions were reversed. I mean, it is what it is, though. And here is Sandman up close and personal. And we're not going to get too much in depth with this figure, man, as we've seen this body mode plenty of times. Originally, this is the Luke Cage, Netflix Luke Cage body mode. We did see it with the Hydra Man, as you can see. Exact same body, exact same torso, legs, and feet. The only difference on this one is the arms. These are brand new arms. As you can see, they're double jointed and pinless. As the Luke Cage, I think, had, short sleeves. So this one, these arms are new and sculpted to have these longer sleeves that are rolled up right here. The big complaint about I have about these arms is that, it's casted in this green plastic, and then the flesh tone is painted on, so you can see a lot of that green kind of just seeping through that paint, man. So that is a little bit unfortunate. But other than that, man, he's a great figure. I feel like this is a perfect body mode for Flint Marko. It's very bulky, very broad, as Flint Marko should be. The head looks really, really nice on this body. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's like perfect. This is a perfect representation of just a regular size Flint Marko. And I love it, man. You can see that the stripes are very nicely painted and decoed. There's no, lighter green seeping through these darker green stripes. They're all applied very, very nicely, man. Nothing, major on mine where, there's smearing or smudging or paint rub or anything. So that does look nice. The head sculpt, man, I feel like it's very iconic and classic, classic Sandman. The other head sculpt, again, is very nice, very unique. I like how they, did this little gimmick thing where you can put Spider-Man's arm through there. And it's very nice, man. I really like that wash over that yellow, that yellow plastic. They did a lighter or a darker brown wash on it to really give it that sand look and really make that detail pop, all that nice sculpted detail pop. So that is very, very nice. The arms, again, very nicely painted, similar to the head, just a yellow plastic with brown wash over it. So that does look really nice, as well as for the other arm accessories and stuff. But yeah, going back to Flint Marko, again, very nice torso. Really like that green and lighter green. Moving down to the pants, it's just, a brown, no paint or anything on them. The pockets are, sculpted very nicely and stuff. I love all these wrinkles throughout the legs. The only big major complaint about, I have about these legs is that they put the serial number like right in the front of the thigh for some reason. Don't know why they did that. They didn't put it on the bottom of the feet, but yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate. I might have to go and rub that off with alcohol. But you can see that these pants are very, very nicely textured, very nicely sculpted. You can even see the seam line down here on the side of the thigh. And yeah, man, these look really, really good. He does have these little boots down here, work boots. They do look very nice. They're just in a very dark plastic. I wish that there was a wash over these pants to really make that all that detail, all that sculpted detail just pop that much more. And even on the shoes, I wish there were, a little bit more paint on the shoes, but it's not a big deal, man. But yeah, very, very nice figure. Really, really I'm enjoying this figure, man. As I've been waiting for, again, having a normal size Sandman in my collection. But yeah, let's get a closer look at this guy's articulation. Then we'll get some size comparisons. Getting a quick look at Flint Marko's articulation. His head is on a ball and hinge, as this is a older body mode. Ooh, without popping the head off. He can look up this much. He can look down this much, which is a great amount. With the other head, I believe it's just about the exact same. Pop it on real quick. He can look up. Actually, he can look a lot further up for some reason with this head. But I think it's because of the hair. The hair really does get in the way when you're trying to, make him look up with this head sculpt. And he can look down about the same. He has head wiggle, no real head pivot or anything. His arms are on ball joints, so he can hit a very, very nice T-pose. Not all the way up, but decent. He does have upper bicep swivel, double pinless elbows that do bend in a great amount, more than 90 degrees. All his hands swivel and hinge. Well, just the fisted hands, actually. He doesn't have any hinges on these effects, like I said earlier. So yeah, the fisted hands hinge up and down and swivel a full 360. He has a mid ab crunch right there, so you can crunch this much forward, this much back, which is not the greatest. He does have waist swivel, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees that are, they do have pins because these are reused. So they do bend in this much. He can kick his own back. No, boot cut or anything, as they are pants. He does have hinges on his feet that hinge this much forward, this much back, and he does have great ankle pivot with pegals at the bottom of his feet. Now this is the part of the video that I was most excited about, size comparisons. So here we have Flint Marko next to Hydro Man, which is utilizing the exact same body as Sandman. And I wish they would have done Hydro Man a lot more like they did Sandman, where the effects were removable, because he doesn't really get too much articulation with these effects already on the body. Here he is next to the retro card Electro, Vulture, the retro card Mysterio, Dr. Octopus, the 2-pack Kraven, Scorpion, next to the Green Goblin with the Norman Osborn head. And as you can see, they have very, very similar hairstyles with the waves and then the way the hairline recedes on the corners. And yeah, man, I want to know what these guys' secret is to those waves, man, as they're pretty wavy, man. The 2020 retro card Spider-Man, and lastly the Sandman Build-A-Figure. And you could just tell the size difference between these two, man. This dude is just way too big. I understand he has his powers going on and everything, but I'd rather have a normal size Sandman for my display. I'm obviously going to keep him. He's still a great figure. I still love this figure a lot, but you could just tell that this one's a very much needed update that we needed for our collection, as he is normal size, and he is a lot better aesthetically looking. I mean, look at this dude. He has ball jointed hips. He's weirdly proportioned. Yeah, it was good that Hasbro finally gave us a normal size Sandman. And here is Sandman on the rotating base. And I'm gonna keep it short and simple, man. I love this figure. Ever since I took him out the packaging, I've just had so much fun with him. I recommend you pick this guy up if you did miss out on that 2015 Build-A-Figure, as he does go for a really, really high price in the aftermarket. And if you just love, Sandman, or you want a regular size Sandman in your collection and not fully powered up and huge like the Build-A-Figure, this guy's perfect, man. He fits perfectly with the rest of the Sinister Six and Spider-Man villains Rogues Gallery. So he's just a great figure, man. I'm not going to go on and on about how much I love this figure because I'll be here all night. So yes, I do recommend picking this guy up. He's great. He's perfect. I love the accessories they gave us. If I was being greedy, yes, I would have liked more. I would have liked some sound effects for his feet. But as is, he's perfect, man. But yeah, enough of me going on and on about this figure. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you're looking forward to picking this guy up or if he's an easy pass for y'all. But yeah, man, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.